All right, there we go. It's Wednesday, meatballs. Namaste. God bless. How are all of you? What's with the getting close to the camera today? I just sat here and contemplated the whole show literally in my head before it came on the air. To me, all of us have this one thing or a bunch of little things. I would say one big thing in their life that they've always wanted to do. And they keep thinking about it, and eventually it transpires. They say, wow, it's a miracle. No, it's not a miracle, meatball. It's what you really wanted to do in life. And one of the downfalls of my upbringing, and I say it respectfully, it wasn't a downfall. It was amazing. I think I've seen 100 concerts in my life, literally, from the age of like 10. You know, I was walking on I-95, literally. I had a very free childhood. I was walking on 95, literally, to the New Haven Coliseum, and I virtually would live there, you know, for the weekend. Because back then, in the 70s, 80s, that's when the big time of a lot of the shows came in. Because the Hartford Civic Center just collapsed, the roof collapsed, so that was down for a couple, 3 years. So New Haven got all the shows, and I virtually lived there. The problem is, I just saw an ad on Facebook, and it's probably been there forever. I just saw it for concert earplugs so your ears don't ring. Well, the struggle is real, meatball. My ears ring, and you guys, from seeing all that and having all that, I've always wanted to be on a stage like that. I was a drummer for years, and my friend, one of my childhood friends, Matt Butler, he's a renowned drummer, and it takes a lot to be in that. It takes a lot to do that. You got to know notes and chords, and I didn't want to know that shit. I just wanted to be a rock star, man. I just wanted to be a rock star. They just got to stage, just be Jerry, and just go on stage and do my thing, sweat, throw my sticks out in the audience, say goodnight. You know, Elvis has left the building, kind of thing. Thought about this for years and years and years. I mean, as a kid growing up, I remember just you make anything out of drumsticks, and you line the pots and pans, and it was kind of like meant to be that this would happen. And that's kind of the premise of tonight's show. And I love sharing stories like this, because when you guys become more observant about what you really think about in life, you realize what you're bringing about in life. And out of the quote box tonight, what is meant for you will always find you. Sounds kind of loving, doesn't it? I saw it on Facebook. I'm like, that's right. Wait, Jerry's got to add some words to it. So, what is meant for you will always find you, because it is created by you. And that whole meant to be thing, meant to have in mind, that's basically, the meant to be is not some, how should we say, some hairy-fairy thing that just happens, like happenstance. It's because you're always thinking about it. It's because it's a desire of what you've always wanted in life. Meant is to have in mind, and in essence, intention, to design for a specific purpose, hence thinking about it, creating images, or future. When you desire something, actually the Latin word for desire means of the Father. It's coming from your inner soul, what you want to create in life. When you desire something so strong, that meant to be rationale is kind of just thrown out the window, because it's what you've thought about constantly. It's what you've felt constantly, good and or bad. A lot of you guys say walk under a ladder is bad luck. Yeah, because that's all you think about now, meatball. That's basically what you bring in your life. Does that make sense? It's your perception of your thoughts, of your true desires, that will bring it to you or take it away from you. Now, getting back to my story about meant to be, about that, always wanted to be a rock star, but don't want to do the rock star things to be a rock star. I just wanted to be a rock star kind of thing. And it never culminated. It never culminated. Yeah, I played the drums. I never learned the notes and chords. I was playing bongos in grammar school. I was doing the Ricky Ricardo thing back then. But nothing really transpired from that. But I always thought about it. I always thought about that feeling, about just being there. Hence, I'm creating that meant to be, guys. I'm getting to my point here. Then, after all these years of thinking about it, all the concerts I went to, all the rock stars I met and interviewed throughout the years with doing my journaling thing, it all kind of culminated one night. And guys, This is not something that just happens out of thin air. It's because I thought about it literally for decades. So if you got a dream that you're thinking about and that you're relishing on every single day, it's going to come to pass if you keep giving it thought. And I laugh wholeheartedly because it is so true. But we've been taught to believe that our thoughts are irrelevant. I remember growing up, people would say, "Jared, don't talk to yourself." I'm like, why? I have something to say to myself. I would just vocalize stuff. People thought you were weird, but no. We were groomed and conditioned to hold everything in and not to express ourselves as people. You know, don't be different. You kind of blend in with the crowd kind of thing. So we spend several decades, and come to find out, it's totally bullshit. It's totally bullshit. If we were taught at a very young age just to be ourselves, however in weird way it is, whatever it might be, as long as we're not hurting anybody, giving ourselves our own virtual entertainment, we're going to bring ourselves to what we truly want in life. And I spent decades dreaming about the rock star thing and all these things. And back in the early 1990s, I think I just got married. I think it was 94. And that was the whole Milli Vanilli scandal. I don't know if you guys remember that. They were lip syncing. Basically, now everybody lip syncs out there. But back then, that was a big no-no when it came to music. The problem was my father-in-law was in a band back then. God rest his soul. He was like me. He was young at heart. He loved that shit. He played keyboards. He was in a band. And the lead singer basically was a Prince lookalike. Sounded like him, played like him. And I loved Prince, man. I loved Prince back then. I actually had hair to match that little bitch back then. I had the long hair down to my... It was pretty bad. I looked pretty bad. But I loved the music. One day, I got a call. I think I was running a bakery up in West Hartford at the time. He goes, "Jer, we're in trouble. We need your help." I said, "Sure, what's going on, man? What's going on?" He goes, "Well, we're short one guy tonight. We got a huge gig down in Milford. Probably 1,000 people." I said, "Oh, yeah." I said, "What do you need me to do? Set up? Do the, the little thing, the little guy stuff?" He goes, "No, we need you as a stand-in, for one of the players. He got sick." I said, "Dad," I haven't played drums in like 20 years, man. What do you want me to do?" He goes, "No, don't worry about it. Just go and play keyboards." I'm like, "What?" He said, "Just go and play keyboards." "Dad," I said, "I've never played keyboards." He goes, "Don't worry about it. It's all pre-mixed, man. We're gonna stick you behind a kit and you're gonna do your thing." And I said, apprehensively, "Yes, indeed." I said, "Okay, fine." Not realizing it's what I thought about for all the years. And just as I explained previously, I just manifested a dream that I had. So coincide with the events, we get to the place, and I forgot, it was a bar in Milford, pretty big place to this day. I think it's still open to this day. And hopefully they're not watching because they're saying, "That guy lip synced back there." But what I did was, I had to go on stage. They gave me this huge, monstrous 80s keyboard. The shit kind of went up like a shingle, man. I was able to play up here and down here and that, but it wasn't on. So I spent 2 hours on stage with these noted musicians, and granted, they were fantastic, playing all the songs I wanted to play. Being a rock star, they were chanting my name. It was pretty funny because they gave me the nickname, that guy. "There's Jerry Keys" behind the keyboard. And people were chanting my name. And this is what I mean about how... It was the feeling that I had a couple decades earlier. It just manifested. See, the point I'm trying to make with you guys is, good and or bad, whatever you constantly think about and feel every single day, it's going to come for you. That's your meant to be. It doesn't go away. You sent it out into the universe at the perfect timing. Hence, think about what I just noted. That was basically the perfect timing of to bring it to light. I didn't have to be a musician. I got my dream, the rock star feeling. Being on stage and the sweat and the lights, and he was throwing sticks in the audience. It was the best feeling in the world. But those dreams are not dreams. They can be a reality every day. I'll read the quote back to you. "What is meant for you will always find you. This is, I wish I would have known this long time ago, because I would have shot out a lot more shit, man, a lot more desires. And I just do that constantly now. I'm like, wow, I don't forget the 94 experience. You know, it's like my own little Woodstock. But I love that, because what happens is from meant to have in mind, you set up a match an expected counterpart, a thing that fits another perfectly. What did I do? There is no time in the universe. It's going to match up what you send out constantly. It's going to match it. It's going to come to pass, because the law of attraction, which I'm going to give you the exact meaning of, works with you. You don't have to worry anymore. All you got to do is constantly emit the energy of that true desire that you've always wanted to have, and never give up on it. Whether it's love, you live in love all day long. I'm not saying go out and start hugging people, man, or start getting a body count. All I'm telling you is you live in what you want to bring in, and you constantly do it. It's gonna happen. It's gonna manifest. This is why I journal every day. Journaling is just a reassurance to myself, and I get very verbose with my writing, and I'm vocalizing it. I'm waking up Victoria. I'm like, sorry, sweetie, I'm doing my work down here now. But all of this will culminate for you, because the law of attraction doesn't have a time, man. It really doesn't. It really doesn't. This should give you the biggest hope on whatever you're trying to manifest. Love, success, finances, whatever you're trying to give or to get, whatever your desire is, all you got to do is keep sending it out. Keep being it. Keep acting it. And maybe you'll get a stage like I did, man, where people were chanting my name. And it was the best feeling in the world. It sounds so simplistic, but imagine doing it on a grand scale for what you've always wanted. Life is truly amazing, guys. Life can be, for you, truly amazing. But what are you sending out every day? Because what is meant for you will always find you, because it's created by you. If you're sending out, I'm a failure all day long, or I can never do this all day long, you do it in that pattern sense constantly, like repetition constantly, you're going to bring about that in your life. Maybe not then, maybe not a week from then, maybe a year from then, maybe 20 years from then, in the most horrible way. So all I'm telling is get control of your thoughts, because your mind doesn't control you. It takes commands from you. And what you command it to do in your life, you tell it every single day. Feel good, feel shitty, feel loving, feel abundant, feel peaceful. You have complete control. But society has told us, no, you don't have control, meatball. You got to act a certain way. This is like the programming out there that everybody's, I wish I would have known this. God, I would have been so vocalized on a bigger scale, but that's coming, guys. Believe me when I tell you. If your dreams are big, your life is going to be big. If your dream's small, it's your choice. Whatever choice you guys want to have, be, and do in life, it's completely and totally up to you. But I'm going to read you, excuse me, I'm talking too much tonight. I'm going to read you the actual meaning of this. So as I clear my throat here. Well, first and foremost, there was a beautiful set of words. It's all clear. All the snot's gone. There we go. A beautiful set of words on how you can look at your life, and you can really understand this. You will know a tree by its fruit. The fruit is a reflection of the root. Think about yourself. What kind of tree have you planted in your life? What kind of fruit are you bearing as far as your outcomes in life? It's an amazing set of words. The core of who you are is evidenced by the thoughts or roots of your heart. Hence, whatever you're sending out every single day is that total you. All I'm saying is get back to basics. In other words, get back to your desires and your dreams, and start living in that shit every single day. But I'm going to read you the law. I had to read that. That's absolutely amazing. Proverbs 23:7 actually said the same damn thing. For as he thinketh in his heart, so is he. Guys, you put in some desires and dreams in that heart of yours every single day. You commit it to paper or thought on a regular basis. It's going to manifest. And you got to have that assurance, knowing that it is meant to be, because you've chose it to be. Whatever you've chosen to be is going to happen. So I'm going to get right to it. I keep getting away from this, guys, but this is a lot of I checked out all the different meanings of the law of attraction, but basically it all depicts the same thing, just a bunch of different words, basically what it comes down to. So I'll read it to you guys, and I'll let you enjoy your Wednesday, and hopefully you'll have your own little rock star experience with yourself, because anything is possible. Literally anything that you guys want to conjure up in that beautiful mind of yours is possible, good and or bad. It's just something for you guys to think about. Here we go. A philosophy that claims one's thoughts determine their reality. It's a universal principle. Think about that. It's a universal principle that states you will attract whatever you focus on and whatever you give your energy to. A very succinct setup of the law of attraction for you guys to ponder for yourself, because you could have your Milli Vanilli moments in whatever you do in life. We really can. We all can. But the thing is, we've been programmed not to think we're worthy to deserve any of this. You can have the love of your life. You can have the total financial freedom that you've always wanted. You can have literally whatever you want, but whatever you want, it's got to start in your thought process. Success is an inside job. Happiness is an inside job. Abundance is an inside job. Everything's an inside job. But for decades, we've been taught that the outside world rules our life. And it's something for you guys to consider, because a lot of us out there have all these dreams and desires. God, I have a Christmas list that goes on forever of my dreams and desires that I want to bring every single day. And what do? I write them down. I think about it. I feel it. I meditate on it every single day, because I use the Milli Vanilli moment. Because your dreams and desires never really go away. But you got to realize, too, your fears never really go away as well. So all this is about thought control. All this is about mind control. And to keep putting yourself in the state of mind where you want to be. And stop choosing otherwise. No matter what. You choose your peace, man. You choose your peace, or your curses, your blessings. You choose it all. This is the beauty about life. This is the free will that was given to us when we were dropped down here via stork, mother, whatever it might be in life. We were dropped on here and said, go ahead, you guys figure it out. That's the beauty of it. There's no set plan for us. We create our own plan. We really do. What is meant for us is created by us, because we wanted it for us and don't wanted it for us. It's something for you guys to consider. Whatever fruit your tree is bearing in life, whatever you're sowing and reaping, should be a call to question if it's not coming out the way you want. It should be a big wake-up call if it's not what you want, because you're saying, wait a minute, why am I thinking this way? What is bothering me so much? I have bigger desires to overcome this thinking. And this is what I mean. You get a bigger purpose. The past kind of just goes into the rearview mirror that you glance at once in a while. You keep watering that how should we say, that dream with desire and thought and pictures and imagination. And anything you can, the past is just going to be the glance at, oh yeah, that's called wisdom. Guys, it's just something for you to think about. Nothing is impossible. Nothing. You got to have this mentality that you have a buddy behind you. It's called the law of attraction, the law of vibration. All these amazing philosophies that they thought of as happenstance, or just the unicorn kind of thing happening in life. It's not. And I've proven it to myself by testing it in so many amazing ways. And even before I knew about it, just the Milli Vanilli moment, that's a perfect, how should we say, reenactment of the law of attraction that I created for myself for many years. We all can have that. You guys all can have that. But you got to believe you can have that. Whether you believe you can or you believe you can't, you're absolutely right. Henry Ford started the whole concept with that. And you can start your own concept with your way of thinking. When you change your thinking, you change your destination, because you're looking at life differently. It's not hard, but it has to be rigid. It has to be you saying, look, this is my life now. Okay, I don't give a shit about anything else. This is how it's going to be. I'm going to bring in the most beautiful love of my life. I'm going to bring in all these things, because I am going to be that. And when you be that, you will bring that, guys. So America's Mentor _radio on Instagram, at America's Mentor YouTube, at America's Mentor. Oh my God. On LinkedIn now too. I've been on LinkedIn growing on there as well. But guys, What is meant for you will always find you because it is created by you. You don't have to worry anymore. But if you're creating a tree that is not bearing fruit in your life, in other words, sowing and reaping, if that tree is not bearing fruit, check the root. Check deep. Check inside that you, that's not functioning the way you want it to function as far as your thoughts goes and the past and everything else. Guys, you put a good purpose or a dream in front of that and focus on that, and then every day, that stuff just goes away, guys. It goes in the storehouse of the mind so you can focus on what you truly want. So think about it for yourself, guys. I'll talk to you guys soon, man.